Hi, I'm Ollie. We're currently in PR1 for the TC2 induction video part 2. I'm going to quickly run you through the powering up procedure. Firstly, when you come in, there's no red switch like the other studios. So you'll need to go to the rack to the left of the audience, power on the power conditioner. This will allow you to turn on the conversion, the headphone amps and the power supply for the audience. After that, you'll come to the rack to the right of the audience. This will power on the outboard equipment. And lastly, you need to turn on the monitors, which the power switch is on the back of each monitor. So this is an overview of the audience console in PR1. This console is an inline console. That means there are 2 inputs per channel. One input is coming from your door. It's actually marked as tape on the desk. And the other input is either a mic or a line input that you can patch into via the patch bay on the left of the console. And with that, let's have a look at the monitor flow through the channel strip. There are 2 distinct colors on this console, the darker grey and the lighter grey. The lighter grey corresponds to the long faders, which are the door returns, and the darker grey, are the microphone or line inputs. So to get audio coming out of the monitors, we're going to need to make sure our pots for the tape returns are at 12 o'clock. Our long faders are up. The pan, which has already been done for me, is set to left and right. The mix selection button is down on each channel strip. Then we need to bring up our master fader and then our monitor controller. And that all seems to be working. So now let's have a look at getting a microphone in through the same channel strip. The mic line path on this console is the darker grey section of each channel strip. So at the top of the channel strip, we have a darker grey section here. Within this section, we have a mic line switch to switch between mic or line level, a meter button which dictates what is being shown on the larger and the smaller faders, an insert in, a phase flip, a low cut, phantom power, and a gain knob. So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to set the gain knob to a reasonable level, come down to the short fader, set this to 0, and then you need to come back up to the top where the track bus outputs are. These track bus outputs act like direct outputs on other consoles. So if you were to select number 1 here, that would go into door input 1. This makes the desk very versatile because you can set a number of channels to a separate input, or you can have number 25 here going into input 2 of your door. To listen to this fader, you're going to need to select mix, send it to the main mix, bring up your master fader, and then bring up the main monitor volume control. The auxiliary sends on this console are used to make headphone mixes for the performers. So let's have a look at making a headphone mix. The auxiliary sends on this console here are in the lighter grey colour. That means they are receiving the same signal as the long faders, which is the output from your door. So if you have a playback channel coming down 25 and you want to send it to a performer who's plugged in to the headphone amp marked A, you'll turn up aux A on number 25. This in turn will send the signal to foldback A on the master section and then to the headphone amp. If you want to change the source of foldback A on number 25, channel 25, you'll need to select the grey button that says SF. That stands for short fader. By pressing this down, you'll then be sending the signal that would be going to the short fader, which would be the mic or the line signal. You'll be sending that to the performer instead of the DAW output signal. There's another button here that says pre. This pre button means that it's a pre-fader send. You'll want this so if you were to pull down a fader, it won't disrupt the headphone mix for the performer. I'm going to briefly take you through the master section of the Audient console. There's a few useful features that you can use during your session. Firstly, we have the talkback section. The talkback section is for you to communicate with artists in the live rooms. To engage talkback, you're going to need to depress the FB button. This will send your talkback microphone to fallbacks A and B. The volume control for your talkback is here. The other thing, which is very useful, is the different monitors in this room can be selected here via speaker select. The mains are the focal monitors, external 1 are the NS10s, and external 2 is the Avantone. And with that, I wish you the very best of luck with your TC2 tests, and we'd like to see you in the studios very soon.